hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So as you can see, got Red on the job today. We're down here at the deck. We got several loads of logs out. Best I can tell, about 7.5, 8 loads is what I got ready to go. Different grades. We got some grade saw logs that's going to be going to a sawmill, one sawmill, and then we got, like back over here, we got ties, large ties in that rick, small ties in that rick, and then right behind Red we've got the grade logs, the grade saw logs, and then right over here we've got pallet stock material, and we've got about 2 loads of pallet stock, or a little better. So anyway, it's been raining here lately. We hadn't been able to get in and haul. So now it's starting to dry a little bit. We're gonna have a few days this week. It's gonna be dry. So now it's time to get these logs to the mill and get some money coming in. I wanted to show y'all one spot I was worried about. Let me swap the camera around here. This is our road coming in to the deck here. Here's our road that comes out of the woods where we've been coming in and out with the mules. But right in here, this is where I normally park my truck and trailer for the mules, right over there. And then through this fence row here, as y'all can see, that down through there and that down through there, it's an old fence row. Well, on this farm, they've cut out a road right through here to get through here with the tractors and stuff. And throughout time, it's swallowed out a mud hole in there, and instead of going through that mud hole and just making it worse, y'all, I just decided to take the skid steer, push some of the brush back, and make it a little easier on Red getting in and out of here, because going through that mud hole, yeah, we could probably go through it and it would probably be okay, but I've learned in my experience that if you can avoid stuff like that, you're better off. And see, we can avoid it, because I went in there and pushed that out of the way, and now we got us a decent little old place to go there. So we're going to avoid that. And then another thing I want to tell you about right quick, I'll show you around the deck just a minute. Loading with a skid steer, I kind of want to give y'all my philosophy behind that. Now keep in mind, everybody's got their own way they like to do things. Today I'm gonna be loading on a load of tie logs, which the small ties are in this rick, large ties are in that rick. And the reason I separate them large and small is because I like to put large logs on the bottom and then round it off with small ones on the top. It makes the truck ride better going down the road, and it stacks the load up on the truck a lot better. You can fill in the gaps, where you need it. So with that being said, what I like to do, and it might be easier for me to draw it out here on the ground. Let me do it like this. So, okay. You see how I made that V there? Imagine that side of the V goes toward the tie logs and that side of the V goes toward the truck. Does that make sense? See how the truck's sitting right there? Then you turn, and there's my tie log pile, okay? And the reason I do that, y'all, let me back up out here where I can show y'all. I don't have to turn 90 degrees. All I gotta do is back up, turn 45 degrees, go in, back up, turn 45 degrees, go in. And I'm not wearing my tracks out on my skid loader, my undercarriage. Okay, so I'm gonna set y'all up out here to where y'all can, watch me load and whatnot. Kind of get a better idea of how we're loading the truck. Pay attention to the type of logs I put where. We want to load the truck heavier on the left side to allow for road crown, and we want to load it heavier on the bottom. So you want to put heavier, bigger timber on the bottom, and then finish it off and make it look like a covered wagon, a rounded top. And sometimes that takes a little doing. You may have to take a log off here or there. With a knuckle boom loader, it's nice because you can just reach over there, grab your log, you can turn it with your knuckle boom, and whatnot. With a skid loader, you may have to take it back off and drop it and spin around and get it and all that. It's a little more aggravating, but it beats using the side loader on this log truck. The side loader still works, it's still functional, but I'm not going to use it unless I have to, because on the side loader, y'all, you got to load that truck as you bring the logs out. There ain't none of this whole stacking it like we're doing right here. That ain't gonna work. Not with a side loader, because that's too much handling. You'll handle the logs too much. Not to mention the fact that, y'all, it is a lot of work getting them logs on that log truck with the side loader and doing it efficiently and getting good, consistent loads every single load. You know, getting the right amount of footage on them. We try to shoot for somewhere between 1,300 and 1,500 feet on red. That's what we like to get on him. And with these short ties, a full rack is about right. And that's kind of hard to do with doing it with the side loader. You can. You got to put extensions on, and you can throw them up on top, and you got to get up there with a swamp hook sometimes and roll them around, and it's a lot of work. So doing it with this with the skid loader, that's what I bought it for, to help me out with my operation. It makes it easy. Not to mention the fact I can sit in the air conditioner and cool off while I'm loading out a load of logs. And y'all, after you worked all day and walked behind a pair of mules and sweated and exerted a lot of calories and whatnot, sitting in that air conditioner is nice, I tell you. Anyway, y'all hang out with us here a minute. We'll get this thing loaded. Now, y'all, as I mentioned earlier, we need to put the little more weight on the left side of the truck to allow for road crown, and we need to put bigger logs down low to keep it from getting top heavy. So we got this one sycamore right here that's got just a butt cut, got a lot of swell in it. We'll get it and put it on the driver's side first. Now I'm gonna drop it so I can get it from the other end, because if I put it on there like this, the swell is gonna go toward the butt or toward the back of the truck. I don't want that. I want it to go toward the front, because I do want to push more weight up on the steer tire. That helps too, make it drive better going down the road. And going to the time pallet mill that we're hauling to, we got about a 20-mile haul, which is a little more than I like to do with this side loader truck. But with that being said, we want to make sure that our ride there is comfortable. Alright, so we're over the stakes. Now we want to ease her down. And I want to put it about as far forward in the bunk as it'll go, and have about 8 inches or so sticking off the back bunk. Okay. Can y'all see what I'm talking about there? See how I got more sticking off the front up here than I do back here on the back. I want to push that weight up on the steer tires on the front. Alright, let's go over here and get us another one. This time I believe we can get two. And it helps when you stack your logs if you get them pretty even, as far as, you know, side to side. That way you don't have to do a whole lot of maneuvering. Now on these big logs, I'm gonna make a bigger V because I'm further away from my pile. Another thing that V does, y'all, is it keeps all your turns, if you're tearing up the ground like grass or whatnot, it keeps it all in one place. Alright, we're over the stakes. Back up a little. Same deal. I'm going to leave about 8 or 10 inches sticking off the back. Now I want to see how much room I got. I might need a little one. Okay. That's what it looks like. I'm going to need a little one to go right in here to pack in on the side. So let's get this established first. We might can put two little ones in there. That'd probably work out pretty good. So let me put one in there first, and then we'll see how it goes. It's kind of like a puzzle, like putting a puzzle together. Out as I come. worked out all right. Now let's get us a couple more big ones and go on there. We'll keep putting some big ones on there for now. Alrighty, so there's that one. Let's see, that one's bigger, so let's go ahead and put it on there. I was gonna get two, but this one's a little bit bigger than the one I wanted. And remember, I want to put the bigger ones on the other side over there. Maybe it'll sit there until we get back. And you turn around in the same place, sometimes if you got grass or whatnot, you'll only tear the grass up in one spot and you won't have so much time to fix whenever you do have to fix it. That's a good thing about doing it this way too. And I'm sure y'all there's other ways of doing it. Just telling you how I do it. Stay this time. So we need to drop a small one in that hole. That's right there will probably do. Like I say, it's y'all, it's like a puzzle. You just kind of gotta put it together. Fit right in there. Alright. Let's see now. Since it got a little odd match, there's an odd match in that left side log and these over here. It's kind of got a step in it. So we'll put small logs in there to kind of round that out a little. Alright, that's a little bit bigger one, so we'll take it a little bit over here just for now. It was kind of an oddball, so we're gonna have to push it back. probably finish this load out with smaller ones now. Kind of got that one a little off. And so that's what I was talking about y'all about stacking your loads or your logs whenever you stack them on these rigs. It's a whole lot easier if you stack them even. Then whenever you start loading the truck, you ain't got to do a whole lot of straightening up, if that makes sense. We want a good, comfortable load, y'all. We don't want to try to get stupid trying to load it, none of that crap. Y'all, you know, just kind of let them go where they lay, and then if you need to move them, move them. Let's go right up here and look at it. All right, so far so good. I'm not trying to come out with a big giant load. Show y'all this. You see how right there that log on the top against the standards is sloping downhill? Okay, now we've got a good opportunity here, y'all, since we've got this log coming up. It's got swell in it. See this one? We'll turn that swell toward the butt end of the truck and use it to even our load out. Alrighty. If you had a knuckle bone loader, you could just spin this baby around. It wouldn't be no big deal. But I don't have a knuckle bone loader, so we'll do it the best way we know how. This skid steer has been a godsend for me. It really has. I mean, especially like right now, it's hot outside. I'm sitting in the air conditioner, taking it easy. Whoop. Come on now, get up there. I'm able to sit in the air conditioner and still work, and that's nice. Come on now, get over here. There we go. Yeah, she's settling down in there now. Now, DOT regulations state, y'all, that your top log has to touch the top log on the load on the outsides. Half of that log has to be touching the stake. And you see how that log, the whole log is touching the stake? That's good. That's what we want. But you could go down to half and stack your load just a little bit higher if you wanted to. But the regulation states it's got to be touching at least half. Let's see what it looks like from the other side, because we might need to go ahead and put one in over there, and I think we do. So let me get a decent size one. It ain't got to be big, but just decent. Let's see, one of these on the bottom will probably work out all right, because remember, we want a little bit more weight on that left side. So as you're building your load up, if if you'll keep that in mind, you know, about putting heavier logs, and maybe even one more log on that side. You know, whatever you need to do to make it a little heavier on that side. Okay. I think this is going to work out all right. Too, if you want to put in, if you want to stack your load up heavier or taller, you put a bigger log right at the top of the stake, and that way you keep half of your stake or half of your log in the stake, and the other half, that's when you start rounding them over, and they have to be half to half to half. In other words, half the diameter has to meet that half, and so on all the way over the top. All right. Now let's, before we pile another one on over here, let's just go over to the other side and look at it and see what it looks like. I'm gonna spin y'all around right here in the front so y'all can see it. Okay, you see how on that side, it's in, them two outside logs are about the same, so we need to put about 2 more logs over here on this center to the right hand side of the truck. Put about 2 more logs in there and that ought to get us. Put this little old pole log back. We got one that's a little bit small. I'm gonna put it back and get 2 of these little bit bigger ones. So that's why I said it's like a puzzle. You know, you just kind of gotta take your time and let it all come together, and it will. You just kind of gotta be patient as you do it. Gonna be right at the top of my reach, so I may have to kind of just flick them over on there. There we go. Yeah. Come on, get up there. There you go. Whoop. Takes a little doing, and this log here's got a couple knots in it, so it ain't wanting to roll real good. We want them to kind of roll off the forks. There we go. Now, hopefully we got it that time. Alright, she's sitting down in there now. Now let's go back around here and look at it from the front. I believe we about got it. Alrighty. Yeah, that ain't bad. That ain't bad, but we got a little more over on this side than we do the driver's side. So let's get 2 real small ones and put them on the driver's side, and small one we can get. Do something different. We'll try it though. Like I say, you kind of just got to do it like a puzzle and let it come together as it may. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't. Alright, let's see if we can get one up there first. See up there where I'm seeing at the truck. Y'all get a better idea of what I'm doing. Alright, now that one comes back off, so we'll do her one more time. Different. Ain't no point in wasting a whole bunch of time trying to. You want to load the truck efficiently, but you don't want to spend all day doing it. If that makes any sense. Alright, here we go. You just don't want to go no further than that over. If it would stay. She'll stay now. There we go. Now, got them that time. Just took a little doing. Every single load is a little different. They ain't all gonna go together the same. It just takes a little doing. With a knuckle boom loader, it's a lot easier, y'all. You can place them logs right where you want them. You got a little more height and all that mess. Alright, so I'm going to back y'all around here where you can see. Get the forks down. Alright, you see kind of how it's, you know, it's a covered wagon type look. We got a little more weight on the driver's side. We got a little more weight down low. That's good. And we got a little bit on the steer tires on the front. So we should be in pretty good shape, Lord willing. Get this skid steer over here in the shade, and then we'll chain the load down. Alright y'all, so I got this truck loaded, finally. It took me a little doings. Like I say, y'all, it's a puzzle. It goes together. No load is exactly the same, but the biggest thing is, y'all, you don't want to have a bunch of air gaps in there because we ain't getting paid to haul air. You want to make every load count on these trucks. You want to load an efficient load, something the truck can handle pretty easy. And at the same time, safely. Definitely safely. But you want to load it efficiently. You don't want no air gaps and all that mess. So you see we've got bigger logs on the left side and down low, and we've got that covered wagon type, the way it looks. That'll keep you, if you got a point right up there in the middle, your binder chains will get loose. or straps, whatever you decide to use, they'll get loose. Time you tighten them at the deck and you get out to the road and get on the road, they'll be loose. And then when you get to the mill, you change, they'll be loose, and you'll be wondering what in the world's going on. And all that is just the fact that you know, your load ain't rounded on the top. Anyway, so let me set y'all up right over here. We'll get this thing bound down and then we'll get out of here. Now, y'all, I use binder chains. That's what I like. Everybody can use what they want to use. And I chain from the frame over the load and to the frame. So I'm not actually chaining to the log bed itself. I'm chaining to the frame of the truck. want to do, you got to shake your chain and say that ain't going nowhere. Yeah, it seems like everybody does have a habit of that. All right, let me show you all this thing right quick. So we've got a chain hooked to the frame rail down here on the bottom. All right, she comes up and goes around the lift arms. All right, and up and over the top. Same thing on the back. Okay, goes around the lift arms, goes up across the top. Now let's walk around to the other side. I'll show y'all what I do over there. Okay. Now we come over the top of the load, down around the side stake, and back to the frame. And the reason for that, y'all, these standards, these stakes, whatever you want to call them, these are trip stakes. You see the cables? They will fall and allow you to dump your load. Now, this thing's got a lot of safety features on it as far as locking it, and it's double locked and all that kind of good mess. But even though it's got all them locks on it, I still like running my binder chains around them. If something were to happen and one of them cables were to break, that chain will hold the load until I could get pulled over and get it stopped and all that good mess. Well, now, y'all, I hope you've enjoyed this little session, you know, loading red. It's always an adventure, y'all, and this is just more stuff of what I have to do to make this operation go. And I ain't gonna lie, if I had a contract truck, I'd hire him, because every time that I'm having to haul logs back and forth to the mill, that's the time I ain't cutting trees and skidding trees. But y'all, I'm a one-man show. I'm a one-man operation. I gotta do it all. I gotta go look at the timber. I gotta talk to landowners. I gotta cut the timber, buck the timber, skid the timber, sort the timber on the deck. I've got to take care of all the maintenance on all the stuff in between, take care of the mules, and then at the end I got to make sure all these logs get hauled and make sure they go to the right mills and whatnot. So it's a chore sometimes, but I enjoy doing it, and I'm thankful to be able to do it. You know, there's a lot of people out there that would probably give their last breath to be in my place and be able to be here doing what I'm doing. And yeah, it's a lot of work sometimes, y'all. Sometimes I get tired. It gets hard sometimes. But at the end of the day, y'all, I thank the good Lord that I'm able to be out here doing something I love to do. I really do. I thank him. Look here, I'm gonna put my email up on the screen. If y'all need me, holler at me. And I'm always glad to hear from you. You ain't gonna bother me. Email me anytime. I'm always glad to hear from you. And y'all, again, if you're hearing me, I'm praying for you. Every one of you that watches these videos, I'm praying for you that the good Lord will help you, encourage you, lift you up. Y'all have a good day. I'll see you next time.